Hello and welcome to the BWB Workshop. My name is Pat Bear. I'm here to play a video game and to hang out with all of you. But first things first, I'm going to throw the Bear Cave, the Lego, the site, the Tier 2 blue emote in the chat. If you are currently a subscriber, you can reply with those emotes. If you are not yet a subscriber, you can say hi or use other people's emotes and they don't want to tell you this. If you just feel like being a lurker, you can go ahead and lurk, and that's also okay. It is a Tuesday evening, which means I do something that is not model kit building. In this particular case, that means that I am going to be playing a video game, and that is Hearthstone. We're back in the world of Hearthstone, playing some silly decks, playing some fun decks. There was an update since I played earlier today. There is some type of bonus thing that we'll investigate because I don't know what it is. It's another festival thing. It probably doesn't have anything to do with the regular game. It probably has something to do with the side game stuff or whatever. But if it's more quests that give me more points that I can turn into gold, that sounds fine, and I would be up for that. I don't know yet. I'm kind of just being a little casual here, giving people an opportunity to be fashionably late to the stream because it would be nice for them to come by. As I said, there is an event happening, and I have to choose a path, I guess. Looks like I have options here. I don't know. We'll find out what that is. I'll do it live and in person. Once the stream starts. Yeah. Hey, Lord Creston, welcome. So yeah, gonna play some Hearthstone. We'll go through the decks here, and do all that good stuff. Let's see. Yeah, we might as well just kick it off. This might be a chill evening. This might be a low visitor stream, low view count stream. That's okay. Or maybe we'll get like 100 new followers for no apparent reason. That seem to disappear. I don't know. I updated my bots, so hopefully we'll be okay with people coming in and trying to make some mess. I also added a command, the follower only chat, which I will turn on because it does delay how early you can type. Even if you just hit the follow, there's a delay involved, and we might do that just for, I don't know. That's for if I'm getting inconvenienced, which I as you may be aware, I don't want to be. So then we might have to go to that, but hopefully we won't. And of course, I can always just turn on emote only chat if I'm feeling really frustrated with new people coming in and being weird. Because yesterday wasn't bad, but it wasn't great. It wasn't as bad as Saturday, though. I'll say that. Anyway, let's go here. It's Hearthstone. There is some sort of new event. I have the option to choose one of these people, and I get different rewards. These packs, like that pack looks cool. I don't know what this... Okay. It is a catch-up card pack. Okay. So it is old cards, and a classic pack, and then this hero skin for Battlegrounds, which I don't play. So I don't really care about that. This is a Hearthstone hero skin, so it is a Paladin skin that I can use in the regular game. So I'm interested in that. And this is just card packs. We got some current packs and a standard pack. And so we're going to go with that. We're going to choose this path because I don't particularly care about Battlegrounds. I got asked that today if I was interested in the new dual Battlegrounds thing. And I said, I don't really like auto battlers, turns out. All right, so we're choosing this. Face off traditional. Okay, yeah, so this is the Double Trouble Hearthstone. Face off traditional Hearthstone. Commit to this path. Yes, we're committing to traditional. So now we'll find out what this event involves. I don't know. Okay. Play one game of typical Hearthstone. Great. And then our daily quest is forge 3 cards. And we can refresh that. Let's refresh that because I don't have any decks that I want to play tonight that involve forging. Which I can just do, but what if we got some... Hearthstone will remember this, indeed. Let's refresh it. Draw 20 cards. Great. This is not in one game. This is just when I draw a 20th card, that will ping. And we'll get 300 experience on our way, which is great because you draw cards in Hearthstone. So this is great. This is just our normal play. We will do this. That's what I like to see. My regular journal here, or I should click over here. You can see we got the event ones, and then we have the one that I'm doing right now, which is to win 10 games of Hearthstone ranked. So we'll try to do that. Now, let's look at the deck that we are going to be playing first tonight. Our deck that we will be playing first is my new deck that I really love. I've got a bunch of nonsense stuff that isn't as good. This is the deck that right now has, for me, a very high rate of wins. It's a good win rate. So this is Dragon OTK. What is this deck? Well, I have Time Wander. I actually got this in a pack. I didn't craft this card. I got it, and I was like, I'd like a deck that uses this card. So what deck can I build? And so I ended up building a version of Dragon OTK. Time Wander is once per game. If you have summoned 5 other dragons, take an extra turn. And an extra turn in Hearthstone is ridiculous because all you can do is build a board, and then the next turn, you've got this big board you can just go face. So that already is wild. But you can do things. There's a combo. Let's say that we have we played this card, and we go ahead and double its health. So it's now 12 health. Or we do it twice, and it's now 24 health. And then we play Topsy-Turvy to make the attack the same. And then we just hit face, and we win. There are other ways. We can buff it before even. We have Future Emissary that will buff it. We have ships, which will buff it once it's played. We have the other... we have Gift Wrapped Whelp, which could buff it. So we can already make it have even more health before we even do that. Also, we have 2 Divine Spirits in our deck, but we also have Discover a Copy, so we get a 3rd or even a 4th double health if we need to do that. And you're like, Pat, well, how are you going to draw this card? It's 1 of 30. How can this deck be consistent? Well, we have Scale Replica, which draws our highest cost dragon. So even if we don't have it in our hands, we can get it easily. And we have 4 different cards that can pull that. We have our Discover cards, Discover spells. We can discover that if we really need it. If we have the other pieces but we don't have Replica, we can find it. Also, we have Cathedral, which can not only buff our cards, but also draw a card. And we have Horn of Raytheon, which is fantastic. Horn not counts because it is drawing a dragon, which gives us a 2/1 whelp with Rush. Those 2/1 whelps count towards the dragons because it's summoned, so that includes that card. Also, we have Cleric of Scales, which if we have a dragon in our hand, we discover a spell from our deck. That's fantastic. So I will say this. Even though every minion in my deck is a dragon, except for 2 copies of Cleric of Scales, I have pulled Cleric of Scales so often with Horn of Raytheon. It is the one part of this deck that isn't fully synergistic. It is the bad part of this deck, which is otherwise pretty great. So that does suck. I have fucked up because of that. All my losses are because I wasn't drawing dragons and I couldn't pull off the combos soon enough, and I have lost to decks that just run me down. Or there's a really shitty deck that puts more spells in my deck, and I lose to that because it just throws off my ability to draw. So that's when I lose with this deck is in those cases. But otherwise, it's great and it wins a lot. And so we're gonna play a couple. Games with that. See how it goes. Dragon OTK. We are currently in Platinum 9. We're doing pretty damn good for me anyway. For this early in the month. Also, I rarely play Priest Priest is the class I play very little of, so it's nice to have a priest deck that I like because it's not a it is not a let's have some background music. Let's have some background noise while we do stuff here. We'll get a little background. Oh, I love the idol. Okay, so we want this card. I would not mind having this because it gives us something to play on turn 1, which is great. We don't have any of our combo right now. We're going to draw one piece of our 3 combo. We don't have the other 2. We can get them. So we are going to mulligan a bit because we have so many dragons that I'm confident we are going to pull a dragon. We did. Amalgam in the Deep is an all. It's an amalgam, so it technically is a dragon. So we can play this on turn 1, and on turn 2 we can play Scale Replica to pull our other dragons. We have Shadow Visions to pull one of our 2, hopefully, pull one of our 2 combo cards. There is a downside to this deck, which is that so many decks in Wild are doing a thing where they get 40 cards and 40 health, which is a bummer because that is that makes it so I really need a couple. I need to be doing face damage consistently and have a couple Divine Spirits to double health. It looks like our opponent isn't doing that, which is great. But they are apparently taking their sweet time. Look, I'll take a win because our opponent wasn't technically playing. I'll take a rope out win. We'll play through this. Like I said, I will always take the win. Now, when people are roping to try to get me to concede, I often will concede in my own time because I don't need that. But if they're just disconnected, like I'll still play the game. But I don't think they mulliganed. Oh, great. So I was going to play this on turn 1. We'll play this. And we're going to look for one of our combo pieces. Great. We now can hopefully get our second combo piece with this. We can play a couple dragons if we need to. We can play this to draw our dragons. We haven't played any dragons yet. We have them. Also, we might just win because our opponent is not doing anything and might not even be here. But we'll still play through. Get in the motions of it. Oh, okay. That'll get us... that might get us our other combo piece. It did. Great. And we'll play this. So now we've played one dragon. So we now have our 2 combo pieces, and we have at least one dragon to play next turn. We can also draw and get a 1-cost dragon. And if we draw a horn, we won't be drawing our non-dragons. And again, our opponent... Oh, we drew the card we need. We can still draw this to get some other dragons to play. We now have a card we can play next turn, although we shouldn't because we still need to play 3 dragons. This does damage to... Okay. Our opponent, I must have looked over at their iPad or phone because I assume this was a tablet or, this was a... Oh, I didn't even notice I was playing. Great. So we got... we played that one game of Hearthstone we needed to play. We didn't draw that many cards, but we got a win in. Hey, a win is a win. Now, maybe we can actually play a real opponent and we can actually play the game because that was not fun or interactive. But I did show you how easy it is to get that combo. We did draw the card that we needed. 2 of the 3 cards we got from other cards, and then 1 just kind of came into our hand, but we could have drawn that very easily anyway. That's the easy part. I love that bobblehead. Okay, so we're going to keep both these cards because we need them. We're hard keeping, friends, because this is going to draw us one of the spells we need, hopefully, or a spell that'll help us get that spell. So yeah, we're gonna keep this all no mulligan. We're gonna hard keep because this is a turn 1 play, which gets our dragons going. We have our combo. We have 2 of the 3 combo pieces, And again, this is going to discover a spell from our deck. If it doesn't pull the card we need, because we have a lot of spells, it will hopefully pull one of the other cards that draws cards. Or it will pull Horn of Raytheon, which is just keeping our dragons going, and then we'll find it another way. Our opponent is still choosing. Okay, here we go. Our opponent has 40 health, so we are going to need... Probably we're going to need 2 Divine Shields, although, again, is our opponent actually there? Are they around? I don't know. We'll find out. Okay, they are here. And they are playing, they're drawing cards. They might do damage to themselves. Great, we got 1 Divine Shield, or Divine Spirit, I should say. Next turn, we can look for the other one. Or we can pull some dragons. We played 1 dragon. We now need 4 more dragons to play. Our opponent might do damage to themselves, which will be helpful. Here we go. They did some damage, right? So they're doing some damage for us, which is great. This will help us draw more. I wish I could play a minion here. All right, so we don't need this card. We wouldn't mind this card. We're going to pick Shadow Visions because Shadow Visions, at the very least, could theoretically get us another Divine Spirit because we probably need another Divine Spirit. We need dragons for sure, but I have so many dragons that I'm not worried about it. Let's look for... Great, we got a second Divine Shield. Now we just need dragons. Let's trade... Our opponent hasn't really done anything yet, which is good. Okay, we got that, which we can now use Shadow Visions to look for the card that lets us draw dragons, I guess. But hopefully, or we can play this and buff our Curmudgeon, which will also draw. We can do that as well. I'm hoping we start drawing some dragons because we still need 3 dragons. Okay, well, there goes one of our dragons. So now this won't work. We got our other divine. Okay, so any dragon we have, and we pretty much win because we have 3 divine spirits. So let's look for Horn. Let's look for Horn. We'll use our coin. Now, there's a chance we're going to pull Circle of Scales, which I wouldn't love, but we're going to take the risk on it. We got Ship's Curmudgeon. Great. So this counted. So now we have played... we need to play 2 more dragons, and we have 1 dragon in our hand. So next turn, we can play a dragon. Ooh, okay. They're doing Excavate. They're finally doing something. Great. Our opponent has not done much with their mana other than draw cards. Which they need to do more of, which is great for us because it's lowering their health. And they're going to clear, which is okay. That's all right. They're going to clear. It's fine by me. Great. Dragon Whelp. Okay, so next turn we can... So what we can do is here is we can... We don't have the mana to pull this off right now. We basically win next turn. Next 2 turns, technically. So we could heal. Why don't we just do this? We're going to keep this here. Yeah. We're going to keep this just to have some over the top in case our opponent heals up to 40. Because right now we have 6, 12, 24 damage. So we're going to need some extra damage. Because right now we have at the most 24. But I don't... Yeah, our opponent's going to clear a little bit. So we have this damage twice. So we're good. Ooh, we had that as well. We're going to play this just for more damage, even 1 more damage. We'll keep that. We don't need it. We'll get a little more damage in. Okay, this is going to go actually up to 7 because they didn't clear this. So now we have even more damage, and I forgot about that. So now we're going to do this. We're going to do this. We're going to hit end, and I will show you the combo. Double health. Double health. We have enough. We're going to fuck around. We won. So we won the actual way this time. So that's what the deck does. It's really fucking consistent. It's kind of, so I don't know how you fix it. I don't think a lot of people are playing this deck. Don't get me wrong. Obviously, our opponent didn't do much, so that's why we were able to do so much to it. I think there are cards. I think this card, if this card cost more, that would make this deck less consistent. We didn't use scale. We used scale replica. We didn't need to use scale replica. But if scale replica either draws your lowest or highest, and it still costs 2, or it costs like 4 to do both, I think either of those changes would make this deck less consistent and therefore like better for Hearthstone. But I'm not saying this deck gets used all that often, so I think we're okay. Oh, actually, sorry. I want to just real quick go into here. Okay, so we did one of those 2 things. We are on our way. We got 13 days to do this, but I just wanted to see how we're doing. Great. We're doing all right. We're going to get 100 more for drawing a few more cards. Let's run it back. Let's run it again. We are now 2 wins for the night, which is pretty great. So we'll see. We'll see how we do. Okay, we're playing Warlock again. Again, our opponent in this last game didn't do much. Oh, okay, so we got... we're going to have a turn 1, which is great. We should always have a turn 1 if we can. We have one of our 3 cards, so we're going to get rid of this so that we can draw more. Okay, so we have our new turn 1, which is this, which will hopefully let us get some parts of the combo. And we have to face our opponent, who is going to do 40 damage. We have to do 40 damage to our opponent, which is not that easy. We don't need scale. We don't need horn. We do need divine spirit. Those other 2 aren't bad, but divine spirit is part of the combo, and we're probably going to need 2. Our opponent is playing the same kind of deck as our last opponent. I believe they are a different person, but all right. So we're going to play this card. We're just going to play some dragons. We're trying to get through there. Start that. So this gives the dragon we're playing a +1/+1, and it'll be a 50-50 that it will either boost our main card or the other one, which is great because we do want to buff that card. So let's see. We lost the 50-50. That ain't bad, though, because we are building a little bit of a board, and having a Duskbreaker, a 4/4, that's okay. It would have been nice if this was a 5/7, but what are you going to do? We're hopefully going to find... Well, okay, so they're doing some damage to us. We're hopefully going to find more Divine Shields. All right, we can play this. Unfortunately, if we play this, we're not doing anything else, but we can also heal. So we'll do that. Because now we only need 2 left. We got to do some damage. We still don't have the full combo. We are now 2 dragons away from making this work, but we don't have the full combo yet. Okay, so that's good. That doesn't do anything. All right, we have this. That's good. We could play this, but I would rather draw for the combo. Great. We now have the combo. We can't do anything else in our turn. We can always play this if we want to next turn to complete, or we're close to completing. Because that's not a dragon, and I forgot about that. So we're just going to go face, do damage to them, and then end our turn. Not the best use of our mana. We probably could have waited 1 more turn and instead just played the Duskbreaker, but all right, our opponent's going to do some damage to us, which is fine. That is fine. And they're clearing our board a bit. All right, we got another Divine Shield. That's excellent. We are going to clear the board, continue working here. We lose out on some of our own damage over time, but we are making our opponent have to react to that. They healed up. That sucks. Statistically, that's a bummer. But we now have 2 Divine Spirits, so we do not need any more Divine Spirits. We now can do... Okay, yeah, our opponent is just going to be fucking with us, it looks like. Which is okay. Our health doesn't matter. Dragons matter. All we care about is dragons. So, sure, do some damage to us. We did some damage to us. I'm fine with that. All right, do we have enough damage? So when I play this, it will be 6. When I double, it'll be 12. When I double that, it'll be 24. 24 plus 8 is... Oh, yeah, and 1. Yeah, okay, we do. We have enough. We have enough over 2 turns. Because also, I forgot. I did the math on 6. It's not 6. It's 7. Because that's going to get 1 more health because of this card. We have enough. Yeah, we took some damage. That's fine. Because that's 28 damage. That's lethal. We're not going to play this deck alone all night. I am going to play other decks. I promise you I will play other decks. But I really like this dragon deck. Hell yeah. We did that daily. And we're up to 7, Platinum 7. That's great. And 1 more win, and we get ranked. So let's try for 1 more win. Let's try for 4-0 with this deck. And then I promise you I will switch to a deck that is not this cheap. Yeah, I did the math. You have to do math with this deck, kind of. But you also could just be like, well, over 2 turns, I can probably do it. The Shard of the Naru is really great for this as well. We haven't had to need it yet, but that's how you get around taunts. Math, boo. I know, Lord Crashington. I know. All right, so we're going to keep Divine Shield. Or Divine Spirit, I should say. We're going to keep Divine Spirit because we need it. If I had a dragon, I would keep this. But since I don't have any dragons in my hand, we're going to mulligan that. Also, our opponent is probably going to be putting plagues in our deck. So this is where we probably lose. We got both Divine Spirits, which is great. Yeah, our opponent, we have nothing to do here. So I'm going to move on. Yeah, job's done. Our opponent is probably playing a plague deck. They're going to be putting stuff into our deck that is going to be shitty for us. Probably. Okay, that excavate. That's actually really good for us. That is excavate. Okay, so I can play Dragon Whelp just to play a dragon. I'm not going to do that. Instead, I'm going to discover Topsy-Turvy. Great, I got Topsy-Turvy. So I have the important parts of our combo except for a dragon. And we have not played any dragons yet, but we're going to hopefully draw dragons here. Again, there are 2 cards in our deck that are not dragons. So it would suck if this pulled it. It would really suck. It didn't. It pulled Dustbreaker. Great. Yeah, let's just do it. We're just going to clear. So, we have not played enough dragons yet. We played 2 out of 5 dragons we need to play, but we have 2 more dragons. And we have not done any damage to their face, which is not great. And we haven't drawn the dragon we need yet. But we did draw the dragon we need. So we drew the dragon we need. We could play this and clear the board. And I think we're going to do that. Just clear the board. Why not? Great. So now we need to play 2 more dragons. We have 1 out of 2 we need. And we're probably... Well, we got the double health. So we should be okay eventually. It sucks that they just put shit in our deck. They just put some blood plagues in our deck, which is going to fuck us up. They put some plagues in there, a blood plague and an unholy plague. That messes with the draw, which is why I was so adamant about getting the combo, because now Shadow Visions might want to try to pull one of those cards because they're spells, and we don't want that, obviously. Okay, so we can't. Anyway, we can complete here. So let's complete it. And let's heal because we might as well heal. So next turn, we will have, if this survives, we will have 28 damage. If it doesn't survive, we will have 24 damage. So right now we can do 24 damage. We can look for more. Okay, it didn't survive. Can this survive? What are you going to do to it? Okay, it won't survive. So we still need more damage. Because right now the most we can do is 24. That's going to be a little bit more. Is that enough? Let's play it anyway. So that's now 28 and 3. We have enough damage. We top-decked enough damage. Oof. Okay, so I know this deck sucks to play against, but hear me out. It feels very good to beat a deck that is really unfun to play against. We are playing against a very unfun deck because they just put a bunch of garbage in your deck so your draw is bad, and then when you draw those plagues, they do damage to you and help your opponent and heal them. And then also there's a card that makes it so when you end up pulling a plague, a new plague goes back into your deck. So you can't even get rid of them. And it's awful. Hell yeah. Oh, we just got raided by a party of 56 from Abby. Thank you so much, Abby. Welcome, Raiders. Hello, hello, hello. I just won a game of Hearthstone, so I appreciate Raiders coming in. Let me do this. Let me go over here. Hello, Raiders. I'm Pat Bear. Most weeks or most streams, I play or I make model kits, Lego and Gundam and stuff like that. But on Tuesdays, we do things that are not that. And this particular Tuesday, I'm playing Hearthstone. So welcome, Raiders. Happy that you're here. I hope you enjoy. If you are wondering, wait, people play Hearthstone? Yes. Some number of people still play Hearthstone, myself included. I have been free to play only for Hearthstone for about 4 years. I used to buy packs, but I got okay enough where I don't have to constantly buy packs because I get enough gold from just playing. I just got my 4th win with my Dragon OTK, which is a rough, mean deck. So we're going to move away from that rough, mean deck, and we are going to play. We're going to play a fun deck that loses a lot, but it's a fun deck. It is fun. Actually, you know what? I'll explain how the smoke works. The smoke is one of my favorite decks in Hearthstone. I am playing Wild Hearthstone. There is Standard and Wild. All you need to know is there are very few cards banned from Wild. Standard is a rotation of new cards, and some cards go out of rotation, and you can't play those in regular old Hearthstone. But in Wild, all bets are off. And so I play a lot of Wild because I've been playing for a very long time. If you want to get in Hearthstone, stick with Standard because it's a smaller pool of cards. And you can put together some okay decks pretty easily. So I want to play Smokescreen. It costs 8 mana. I start with 1 mana. So to play Smokescreen, which is going to pull 5 cards from my deck and play any of the death rattles instead of waiting for these cards to die, I'm just going to play them as I draw them. How do I do that? How do I get to play an 8 mana card soon? Well, there's a very broken card for this deck called Swiftscale Trickster. And when I play this card, it's Battle Cry, so its activation when I play the card is my next spell costs 0. So I want to play Trickster on turn 4, allowing me to play a Smokescreen. I have 2 cards that will help me draw my spells because I only have 4 spells in this deck. So Door of Shadows will either pull the other Door of Shadows or it'll pull one of the 2 Smokescreens. And I have, as a backup, I have Clearance Promoter. So that will make it so that Smokescreen only costs 7 and I can play it sooner. And then I have another backup, which is Anka the Buried, which turns all my death rattles into 1-cost minions, and the health and and that lets me play a bunch of death rattles from my hand, even though they have low health. But the death rattles are the important thing. And then I have another win condition if I need it, which if I play this card, it's death rattle, I get 3 other new cards in my deck to fill out my deck, and then if those die and all 4 die, I win. I shouldn't say never. I've rarely won with this, but most of my nonsense decks that have 1 win condition don't usually have backup strategies. So the fact that this deck has any backup strategies is great. Now, if you played card games like this, like Hearthstone, or you played Hearthstone, or even any cards like this, you may recognize that there is a fundamental flaw with this deck, which is that I need 2 cards to do anything. And if I don't get either of those, I don't get both those cards, I can't do anything. So I got Smokescreen, so we are keeping Smokescreen. We do not want any of these other cards. The only card we want right now is Swiftscale Trickster. If I do not draw Swiftscale Trickster, I am going to have to wait till turn 7. Because I have a coin, which can be used for mana. So I can play this on turn 7. Our opponent has already built a board. Yikes. So our opponent has 6. I'm going to take at least 6 damage next turn. We can maybe coin this out next turn just to have something on the board. But yeah, our opponent has, they're playing their deck well, and we're unfortunately not playing our deck as well. I'm going to coin this out. I know I'm going to top deck Trickster, and I'm going to wish I had the coin, but instead of knowing that it's going to go badly, I just want something on the board. But yeah, and a taunt too. Yeah, we're in trouble. Yeah, this is not good. Let's make these only cost 7. We're not going to swing. This is a kind of deck where if it does what it's supposed to do, there's also this deck. Okay, this deck can do what it's supposed to do and still lose. But if it doesn't do what it's supposed to do, yeah, we lost. There's no way I can win this. I needed to top deck the Trickster and play that, and we still probably would have lost. So we're just going to concede. We're not going to... Yeah, we're done. We lose. First loss of the night. I'm 4-1 for the night, which is okay. We're so close to Platinum 6. Moving up. Let's run it back. I would love for this deck to do what it's supposed to do. Or if I'm playing against someone slow, like if we were playing a slow deck, I would have on turn 4 been able to play Anka because I still would have had the coin. Didn't get to do that. Our opponent on turn 1 made it so that they had 6 damage on the board. And I can't... This deck cannot fight that. Oh, Demon Hunter, okay. All right. Yeah. Everybody's so edgy. Full mulligan because we don't have anything that we need. Ugh. I have a card I can play on turn 6. Let's see. Our opponent is alive, is changing stuff. We're fighting Zach. We'll see how Zach does. Okay. Oh, wait. Okay, yeah. Our opponent is playing a fun deck. Oh, cool. We got one of the cards we need. Now all we need is on turn 4 to have Trickster. Yeah, our opponent played a card that gave it 3 wishes. Basically, a wish is a card that you play, and then you get the perfect answer to the board. That relies on the Hearthstone AI understanding what the perfect card is. So, you know, give or take. But at least that's a fun card to play in a deck. I think that's neat. I wonder if this is like all random shit. I don't know. I mean, so far they're not doing anything, so that's good for us. We don't need to play this because we don't need to draw Smokescreen. Although, yeah, okay. We'll play this. This could eventually cost 0, which will... a benefit to that costing 0 is we can play it. If we pull draw the other Door Shadows or the other Smokescreen, we're at least reducing the amount of cards in our deck, increasing the odds that we pull Trickster. All right, our opponent has a demon. They have a demon they're going to play at some point. Let's just play this. Let's play this. We have now removed 2 cards from our deck, which is pretty good. And we are just doing damage to our opponent. We don't have anything planned for next turn, so we're hoping to pull Trickster or Anka. We got 3 cards we would love, and we got a bunch of cards we would not love to have. Hey, Lysandus, welcome. Playing some Hearthstone. This deck wants to cheat out a Smokescreen to draw cards and play their death rattles and do cool shit. I don't think we're going to get it to it in this game. We might. No, we didn't. Next turn, we can at least play Master Reveler, which is a fun card. There's 3 cards in our deck that we don't want Master Reveler to become, but, you know, still be good. Should we take 4? Yeah, let's reduce these. Let's just take 4 to get this off the board. We're going to take 6. It's going to suck. Our opponent is, I think, is doing what they want this deck to do. And we are not doing what we want our deck to do, which is okay. I have other decks we can jump to if this becomes a big old problem. Also, I won my first 4 games tonight, and that feels like too many wins. In a row, that felt like too many wins. I had to switch to a deck that does worse. Just for karma. All right, so we're going to play this. We are going to hope that this is a death rattle that keeps us alive. Ooh, we'll see. Nope. There are 3 cards in our deck we didn't want to become a 2/2 of. This is one of them. Literally, there are 3 minions in our deck we did not want showing up. We're going to end our turn just because maybe they don't have 11 damage. They have 7, or they have 9. They have 10 damage. If they have 1 more damage, they just win. I'm never good at the regular mode. I like Battlegrounds. I hear ya. I'm not super into myself. Okay, our opponent... Okay, yeah, all right. Okay, yeah, so... we lose. I was going to say, our opponent could have done 1 more damage to us, but they had more damage. We lose. That's okay. We're 4-2. Yeah, I'm not that big in auto battlers. I've played Battlegrounds, but I'm not super into Battlegrounds myself. I like playing Wild Hearthstone. All right, we were close to almost playing one version of this deck. Let's give it 1 more try, and then we'll move on to one of my Shaman decks. I don't know which one. They're both they're similar ideas, but one I think is more all-in on the nonsense. So maybe we'll play the more all-in one. This time of night, so we still should be able to find some games. It's good. Never have to wait too long to play Hearthstone, which is preferred. Okay, so we got 1 of the cards we need. Great. We could, theoretically, if we find the other card we need, on turn 3, we could coin Trickster out and play Trickster. So we can cheat out our card. That would be so great if we can do it. Can we do it? Not yet. But Smokescreen is easier for us to find. We drew it. Hell yeah. All right, so on turn 3, we can do the thing the deck is supposed to do. So even if we lose this game, at least I did the thing. Our opponent has healed us, which is lovely. Appreciate it. We drew the other Smokescreen. Great. We did not need it, but we drew it. So yeah, we're going to coin Trickster and then win, question mark, or at least make a big fun board. At the very least, we're going to do the thing our deck is supposed to do. And hopefully our opponent is going to play the game. Oh, God, if they quit, that would be such a bummer. All right. Palm reading, huh? Okay. Yeah, all right. All right, so let's do the thing. You get to see the thing this deck is supposed to do. We coin out. We play Trickster. Now this 8 cost card costs 0, so we can play it. And then 8 damage to their face. That's great. 4 damage to their face. That's great. We get a Stealth 7/5. That's great. Door of Shadows isn't great. Door of Shadows isn't great. We can, at the very least... So, 3 out of 5 of those cards, perfect. We had to draw both Doors of Shadows. We can at least play them next turn to reduce our hand size. But, oh boy. Okay. We mulligan. So, as I said, we did the thing this deck is supposed to do. And, which is great, but it's not like we won. It's not like an OTK. We just did the thing the deck's supposed to do. We have a small board right now. We don't have anything to play next turn. Our opponent now has a big... Oh, God, that it gave Reborn. Yeah. Our opponent is now doing the thing their deck's supposed to do, which is cheat. Their deck is better at cheating than our deck. So we're not going to win this. Because they can also kill this to make it Reborn and get 2 more of these. We concede. So again, that deck is not great. I love it because sometimes you end up with a huge, cool board and you do all kinds of neat stuff. But sometimes you do that, which is bad. Okay, let's move over to Big Shaman. Yeah, it's Big Shaman time. Let's do the Alt Big Shaman. Because I got Big Old Shaman and Alt Big Shaman. What's Alt Big Shaman do? Alt Big Shaman cheats out big minions onto the board. Kind of like we just saw our priest do. On turn 4, we pull a card from our hand. And our opponent does as well. 6, Eureka. We summon a copy of a minion from our hand. All of our minions cost more than 6, so this is cheaper, except for Muck Morpher. We also can play Muck Morpher, which becomes a 4/4 copy of a different minion from your deck. Our minions, a lot of our minions are taunts, or they have Rush and Lifesteal, or they have Rush and Wind Fury, or they have Taunt with a taunt behind it. Some of our cards pull other cards from our deck. Like that, or do damage. And then we also have a little bit of board clear. We have Fairy Tale Forest, which pulls, reduces the cost and pulls our only battle cries from the deck. And we have Auction House Gavel, which, hold on, sorry. My, here it is. Whoops. My clip light fell. There it is. There we go. There we go. Sorry, everybody. It's a new clip light for my light on me, and it fell. So my apologies for that. This clip light works too well. I'm gonna probably switch it out for something else. Now, is there any downside? Is there any anti-synergy in this deck, Pat? Yes. Oh, also we have Prescience, which can not only stall the board, but also can pull some minions, and that's great. Yashiraj will hopefully, when we play Yashiraj or we become Yashiraj, you pull a minion from our deck at the end of the turn. Hopefully that's going to pull a taunt or big minion, just something to be in the way, something to do a lot of damage. There's one card you don't want to pull, which is Muck Morpher. It will pull Muck Morpher 50% of the time, it feels like. But if that's the only problem with this deck, it's a great deck, and we're living the dream. So we're gonna play Alt Big Shaman. Big Ol' Shaman, 0 streams to the last oopsie. How dare you? Big Shaman, the other version of that deck, has more. It has less minions and more control options. So it's probably the better deck, but this one is more fun to play. So, what do we got going here? Also, we're a very fun shaman. So now on turn 5, we can play Eureka. We have Auctioneer Gavel. I'm going to keep Gavel. We want Muck Morpher. We want Muck Morpher, or we want... Well, Presence is fine. We'll take Presence. We want Muck Morpher. We didn't get Muck Morpher. We got Baking Soda Volcano, which will heal us up and do damage. It'll do damage to our own minions, but we're not really going to have that many minions. We really want Muck Morpher, or we want Fairy Tale Forest. We don't want this one control card. But it is a control card that also heals us, so that's great. That's just nice to have. If our opponent makes a wide board, or if we're playing a zoo deck, which is when you have a lot of small minions that are easy to play, and you just overwhelm your opponent, and you can buff them later. All right, so we don't want to swing because we're not reducing the cost of anything, but we let our opponent know, hey, we got a weapon. Maybe they'll think twice. We also could have just used our hero power to make a totem. But our opponent is letting us draw cards, so thank you, except that might mean that our opponent is a mill deck, which is not great. We don't really care because we're trying to draw things out of our deck anyway, but it might mean that we lose some cards. So let's coin. What do we want? Let's do it. Let's just do it. Okay. We now have a presence on the board. We're going to get rid of this so they can't bring it back. We did not top deck a Muck Morpher. Maybe we'll still get one. We right now would only do damage to ourselves. Okay, yeah, our opponent, this is a mill deck. So our opponent is trying to... Okay, good. We can draw that at least. Okay, we can do that. Yeah, our opponent is desperately attempting to mess with us, which is a shame. So we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 cards. So we probably want to play this. And then we could swing to make that cost 3. Yeah. So our opponent is going to do whatever they can to make it so that we burn cards. Because if I have more than 10 cards, any card I draw after that goes away. I don't get it anymore. So our opponent is going to try to mill us by reducing the cost, because once you have no cards in your deck, you then take damage. So that appears to be the game plan of our opponent, which I don't love. I don't love that game plan. So we have to really hope that Muck Morpher is a great card, because we're playing Muck Morpher right now. We have to hope. We could play this, but that's going to draw some cards and might not even clear. Or it will clear, but... Okay, Muck Morpher. Okay, Muck Morpher. What are you going to be? Hell yeah. Great. So this is a 4/4. Not great. But when this dies, it's going to pull an elemental and a beast from our deck. We want that. We don't have any elementals in our deck left. We do have beasts, so it will pull one beast out of our deck, which is great. Also, there is a chance it will pull itself, because this is a copy. Thunderbringer is still in our deck, so Thunderbringer can draw Thunderbringer. And then that's great, because then that can also draw the other Amplified Alec. So we are now hopefully messing with their game plan somewhat. We do need to start playing cards from our hands, though. Okay, yeah, due process. We're going to mulligan. We're going to mill next turn, I should say. So our opponent is doing shit. Oh, they didn't even do it. Ah. Ah. Oh. Both those cards are great. It would have been so nice to play. Ancestor's Call would have been so good to play because it would have meant that we... okay, so that would cost 7. We don't want to play that yet. Let's just do this. Great, that's good. We're going to do damage. Ancestor's Call would have been good because we would have gotten something out of their hand as well. We could have played it with something else. Would have worked out all right. It's a shame. Okay. Okay. Fairytale Forest we don't really need because it's redundant. We have another Muck Morpher in there if we want that. Okay, yeah. Our opponent is just... This is a mill deck. It sucks. I hate playing against this kind of deck. I know that we are a cheap deck, but still... All right, and they're going to find something. They're going to find something they need that also causes me to have a worse time. I might just want to play one of these just to play a card. Yeah, because we're just losing so many cards. I can play this because they have to kill this at some point. They don't have to. They can. I can play this and just do some damage. Yeah, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do this. Let's hope that we don't lose this for... We did. Shit. Really? I should have attacked face first. I missed 4 damage. We had 2. I'm going to play this anyway, just so that I have this card because I want it. We didn't handle that as well as we could have. I forgot we had other elementals in there. Great. That's awesome. Our opponent, that was a alternate win condition for our opponent, so that's good for us. The Jade Idol is gone. But yeah, we're probably not winning this because they're just going to get armor. Yeah, they're just going to get armor. We're probably not going to win this game, but let's play it through because there's other shenanigans that I can do. Cool. Just killing. We now have 0 minions left in our deck. And we are going to start taking damage. Yep. Great, great, great. We're going to take so much damage. Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. We do have a heal. We can heal up, which we can't play now, but we can play later. This is useless because there's nothing in our deck. So let's play this. And we'll just kind of build this up a little bit here and just do some face damage. If we survive this turn, nice, good, fuck off. If we survive this turn, we can heal up quite a bit and also theoretically boost this. There is a small, thin sliver of a chance that we can pull this off. I don't think we can, but there's a chance. Okay, Poison Seeds. Fuck off. That takes away a lot of damage that we had. Yep, there's the rest of the damage that we had there on the board, yeah. Yeah, our opponent just has a way of doing so much damage to us. We have to play this. I mean, we have no other choice. We got to heal for 4. That's not going to be enough. Because we're taking 8 and 9 and yeah, okay, that's not enough. So, we ran into an unfun deck. Mill decks are not fun to play against. So that's not great. Let's run it back. Let's run this deck back, see if we can get another win in. 4 and 4, 50% win rate for tonight. If we have to jump back to the deck I was playing at the beginning of the stream, before we got raided, then I will. I'll go back to that dragon deck just to get another win in, because I have not won since. But we'll see. All right, none of these things are going to do what I want them to do. Get rid of all those. This can be good, but we're looking for battle cry stuff. Battle cry enablers. Great. Gabble's there. Fairy Tale is there. Excellent. We have our turn 2 and our turn 3 and our turn 4. That's excellent. Very good. We have to do 40 damage, which is not excellent. We're not gonna swing because they can just heal for 2, so it's not worth it. We might as well make our Muck Morpher cost less. So we're gonna play this. This now costs 4. We are gonna make it cost 3, and then next turn we can even make it cost 2. So we can play it alongside of Totemic Might or Totemic Call along with something else. Maybe. Who knows? Who the fuck knows? But hopefully, we're going to play something fun. What it'll pull a fun card. There's no bad card in our deck target for Muck Morpher. There's no bad target for it. So, all right. So let's reduce the cost. Lord Crashton's favorite show as a kid was the Muck Morphers. Hell yeah. Muck Morphers were cool. I didn't know until recently that they were Canadian. That was a Canadian show. Great. This is a 4/4 that has Taunt, Reborn, and does 3 damage when they kill it. This is better going into a board where there are things happening, but for 2 mana, a 2 mana 4/4 with all of that is pretty good. And we can always play this. We can actually play this and then play the other Muck Morpher because we have enough mana for that. That's cool. Oh, this is a quest deck. Huh. Our opponent didn't play it until now because they were just, all right, well, we kind of need to get moving and doing a bunch of damage because our opponent has a deck that could definitely heal out of all the damage we're trying to do it. Great. We got another taunt. We drew both of our taunts that both react and do stuff to a board that our opponent doesn't have. But we're slowly building up a board. And when this dies, it goes back to its original 3/8. So, or it becomes a 3/1, whatever. All right. You played one of your Death Rattles, and that didn't kill that. Oh, God. Really? That's an unbelievable pull. Emperor Thorsan. Like, that's so beneficial for them. We'll pull this. What do we got? All right, we can play Glug next turn, so that's kind of cool. We got to kill that. That can't be on the board. And we are not going to do that because we want as many of our tails to appear. We don't know how well they're going to do with clearing the board. We don't want to take the risk. Okay, yeah, so they're going to get... Okay, what's that one? That's discover a minion in your deck and then do something with it? I don't know this card. We'll investigate in a second. Pendant of Earth, huh? All right. Okay, you drew something. And then you healed. Ooh, you healed a lot. Oh, that's what it does? Discover a minion for your deck, restore health equal to cost. Okay, so that is their actual for real Thorsan then, probably. So this will pull a minion from our deck, but this does better stuff. So we're just going to play that, and we can play that later. Let's just get... We're going to get a lot of damage in. Now, as long as Glug doesn't die, or Gulper, Glug the Gulper, if these die or any of these other cards die, this gets all of the stats. Psychic Scream. Great. We now have 2 cost 2/2 taunts in our deck. And that's a reaction card that I did not want to see. We can play a taunt. I'd rather just play Eureka and see what we get. Great, we got a 7/7. So we now have some garbage in our deck. But we also have a lot of things we can just play out of hand. Thorisan, great. Kind of need to kill that. Kind of need to kill that. That's cool. Let's kill that Thorisan. This limits what I can play next turn because this does a an overload of 2. So instead of 10 mana, I'm going to have 8 mana next turn. Ooh, you got your Titan out there. Your Titan didn't cost that much money. You are going to remove those cards from the game. That's a bummer for me. Because we can't even play this Walking Mountain because we don't have the mana for it. We're doing what our deck is supposed to do. It's just that our opponent is doing a better job of it. We're going to slow them down a little bit right now. A teeny bit. Oof. I said we were slowing them down, but... Oh, yeah. Hit you in the face. Eat it. Hit you in the face. We got one of these. We got this. We did get Glug, so I can play Glug again. But this needs to go away. And Glug doesn't get rid of it. This gets rid of it. So we have to play it. This Titan must go, has to go. The Titan has to go. And then if I kill this, it becomes an 8/8. But that's okay. We're going to kill that. Glug Glug. Yes, Aristophan, our good friend Glug the Gulper. We already played Glug once, and then it got sent back into our deck. And now we can play Glug again. We probably need to play Glug next turn. Oh, that's actually great for us. When we kill this, yeah, we've got a bunch of cool shit in our deck. We've got like one card that sucks in our deck. Oh, cool. There's the other tail for Glug. Yeah, we got well, we can't play the other tail. Ooh, yeah, you know what? We're going to do this. We can always play the tail. We're going to get lifesteal here. And there's a good chance that what we draw is great. And it is. It's our good friend Thunderbringer. Thunderbringer is going to pull other stuff out of our deck, and that's going to be rad. And why don't we also play another taunt? We'll also do that. And then we can play Glug with one of its tails, and it'll have 4 tails. What are you going to do to me? Remove an... Okay, yeah, okay. They have stolen our Thunderbringer. Our Thunderbringer is gone. It will not be pulling minions out of our deck. It will be pulling minions out of their deck eventually. There it is, yeah. And they got a bunch of fucking bullshit. Jesus. Our opponent is playing an unbelievably greedy deck, and I do respect them. I respect them for how greedy this deck is. Unbelievably greedy. We're going to kill this because I don't think they have anything in their deck to pull out. They did. They had the Thunderbringer. Okay. The one copy brought the Thunderbringer. Great. Let's just kill this. We're in such a rough spot now. Whoa, what happened? Thank you for the follow, Fritzkin Ghost. I forgot. I constantly forget that follow noise, but welcome. Oh, cool. We have the Volcano. Volcano could be good. Welcome. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Glug is getting buff. We can play this next turn. That's good. Oh, no. You took one of our one of our tails. We got Tide Hunter to play. That's pretty good. Our opponent is very smart. It's a real shame. that our opponent is so smart. But we also have Neptune, so we can play Neptune, which is good for us. Oof. Oh, other tail. Well, that doesn't do anything. I mean, it's a taunt, so that's nice. All right, so eat it. You did draw from. You did have things to draw from your deck. I don't want 2 cards right now, but I also don't want you to do 7 damage, so we'll take the 2 cards. We'll take the 2 cards. We're gonna burn a card. They also burned a card, so that's good. Really? Come on. I mean, your hand is full, I guess. You don't want more extra shit, I guess. Oh, God, no. Hakar. Hakar. Oh, God. We don't have a lot of stuff in our deck now. I mean, this is kind of good because it'll pull out. Will it pull out Behemoth? No, it won't pull out Behemoth, so that's kind of dead. This is a stalling tactic. I can do this just to play like 2 cards. Yeah, I should probably just play 2 cards. And I guess I should kill this. Yeah, get that out of there. I don't think we're winning this game, but we're going to stick it out. Also, our opponent does have a card they can play to just restore their health to 40. So, you know, it is what it is. We're definitely behind the 8 ball here. Yeah. Eat that. As a standard player, damn, dude. Yeah, dang, dude. Yeah, this is a... Wild can get wild. Oh, yeah, now we got these things that are going to mess us up, but also could mess our opponent up. Wild can get pretty bonkers, which I've always appreciated. All right, so this just kills an enemy minion. I kind of want a wide board for that. Or I can just kill it now and lose this. And I think we're just going to do that. We're just going to we're going to eat the loss here just to get rid of it. And then draw. Yeah. Cool. And then we'll play this as well. Look, we're not in a good spot here. Okay, cool. Cool. We don't have any battle cries. That's a dead card. These are basically all dead cards. We can do this, and we can do that. That's not going to do anything. They're just going to die, so we'll leave them. We have 1 minion left in our deck, so I guess if we play this, we'll draw it. So that's kind of cool. What? What does this do? Transform a random minion in your opponent's hand into a plague spreader. But I like all my minions. I don't want you to have that. I like all the minions I have. Well, I'll show you. Hell yeah. Now you don't get to restore your health up to 40. Jerk. One of my minions is going to become this thing. I don't like that at all. I'm going to make a bigger board. Show you what's for. Make a big-ass board. I still don't have enough to do any damage, so we'll just hold. But yeah, now they don't get to heal to 40, even though they're already at 40 now. We showed them. Infiltrator. Shaky fist. All right. What do we got here? We have no minions left in our deck, so this is a dead card. We might as well just play this then, because at least it'll do some damage. We can do this, which hit that for 3. So we can kill that. So let's do this. We're now going to have a 1 and 3 that this lives. It didn't. That's okay. What did we just lose? What did it turn into? Okay, great. Actually, that's not bad. Now, a 10-10, certainly good, but we don't have any minions in our deck, so losing a 10-10 isn't the worst thing in the world, because now we can make their life more annoying, because it'll still do the same thing. So we can play it with Ancestor's Call or Eureka. They just healed us, which is weird. Oh, so they healed us so they could kill it honorably to make a 3/3 copy of it, which then dies and then does damage to us, but it still exists. I would call that rude. So we're going to be super rude. We're going to kill this, transforming one of their minions into this, and it's also going to come back to life. This is rude. I am doing a rude thing right now. Ooh, I got an achievement. So now it lives again. So it's going to die again, and it's going to turn another one of their minions into this. They're the ones that played it first. I didn't play it first. Great. Oh, okay, so you played one of yours. Yeah, we'll do that. Okay, they don't have any minions in their deck because it only pulled one of mine. I guess good to know. So they don't right now. This might be a minion, but none of these cards are minions. That's some good for you. Okay, that was a minion. They have an alternate win condition. Good for them. What did we lose? We lost. Oh, that's a pretty good card. We lost a pretty good card, everybody. That's some damage. We might as well put that back out there. We'll do this. Do this. And let's just hit him for... Oh, yeah, that's right. Well, we don't have any minions in our decks, but fine. I forgot that brought a card back. And, of course, it brought one back that does taunt. All right. So then now I have 3 taunt minions in their deck. And when those taunt minions come out and die, they win. And they have another taunt. Because, of course, they have a taunt. Why wouldn't they have a taunt? Might as well just do this. Bring that out. And we might as well mess with them. I don't believe that messed with them. They don't have a minion in their deck. I was hoping that we might catch one of the cards that their alternate win condition cards, but I don't think we're going to catch that. We're not going to win this. There's just no way. Yeah, I don't have any cards left now. Oh, yeah, we automatically lose. I forgot about this card. Yeah, we just lose. We're now only going to draw bloods, which is going to cause us to take damage. And then we are going to just constantly take damage, more and more damage, and put more and more bloods in our deck. I forgot we had that. We just placed against a deck that, like, that was such a long game. We could have quit so much earlier. All right. My record is now 4-5 for the day, or for the stream, I should say. We're now going to try to get some wins back. Folks that were here before the raid know this deck because I quit playing it right as we got a raid, but we're going back to Dragon OTK. I'll explain it again for the new folks. You'll pick it up real easy, and hopefully we'll get a couple wins in with this one. I had to take a little drink of water here.
Anduin versus Anduin. The light shall bring victory to all my fans. This one
So our goal of this deck is to draw our Time Winder, which if we have played 5 dragons before we play the Time Wander, gives us an extra turn. With that extra turn, we will have buffed a bunch of cards, including our Time Winder, with double Divine Spirit, and then flip it with Topsy Turvy, and then win. It's an OTK deck. It's pretty great, and it works shockingly well. All right, this has to die at some point, so let's build a board that can kill this sooner than later, because we're going to be taking, both heroes take extra damage, and they can do damage on turn 2. So we're probably going to build up a bit of a board here so we can fight them faster. It is a bit of a race, because they can do a lot of damage to us, but we can do a whole hell of a lot of damage to them. So let's do this. Great. We're just going to try to do a lot of damage to them. We can play this at any point, and it will pull the card we need. So we're good on that. We need one other piece for our combo. We can buff that card. It's going to be pretty good. So we took 2 damage there, yeah. All right, so let's play this. Let's pull the 2 cards or one of the cards we need. We can do damage to this. We're trying to mitigate how much damage our opponent's doing to us. We do need one more card for our combo. We have enough we don't have enough dragons. We have 2 more dragons to play. We're going to need to play 3 dragons. This deck's lousy with dragons. We can also draw dragons with no problem. So it's going to be okay. And we're going to kill that. Oh, we got another Divine Spirit, which is excellent. Let's play one of these. So there we go. We're buffing that. And then let's draw more dragons. Future Emissary is great to play on turn 4. It's going to make this cost 0, so we can play both these. We are going to complete the win condition. This condition, we still don't have Topsy Turvy, so we need to get Topsy Turvy. And spells would cost 1 more next turn, but we're not going to play any spells, so it's fine. Let's play this first. Play this. This is now 9 health. And we might as well just kill a minion. Okay, so if we top deck Topsy Turvy, we will play Time Winder and just win. Okay. We win. We win. We win. So now we will start our extra turn, and we will double our health, double our health. We won. We top decked Topsy-Turvy. There are other cards in our deck that would have gotten us Topsy-Turvy. There are 6 cards in our deck that will draw, or that will let us pick from our spells. And even if we don't get Topsy-Turvy off those, sometimes those spells will get us other spells. Dragon OTK is a little fucked. Now, does this deck do well against decks that rush you down? No. If our opponent is focused on clearing the minions off our board, if we cannot, for the life of us, draw Divine Spirit or Topsy-Turvy, we're in trouble. If, for whatever reason, we just keep drawing all of our spells and none of our dragons, then we're in trouble. If we can't get Scale Replica, there's some trouble to this deck. It's not perfect, but it is really good. We're going to keep this because we always want to have a 1-drop. because it's a dragon. So even if we don't have another dragon in our hand, we'll be okay. I would normally keep this, but we don't. But we have Divine Spirit, so we're going to keep Divine Spirit because it's part of our combo. We got Scale Replica. So we could not play Whelp and wait so that we get the chance to buff, but we'll probably play Whelp just to play a dragon, knowing that I said this before we started the stream tonight, or at the start of the stream tonight. If this deck ever got nerfed, and I don't think it will, it's good, but it's not that good. If this deck ever got nerfed, the thing that they should do is not change a legendary card. What they should do is make Scale Replica either cost more to do what it does, or have it be a draw your lowest or highest and let you choose. All right. Also, our opponent could... Okay, we're going to play this. This is our turn 1 now. We're going to get a spell. Our opponent has 40 health. That's going to take more Divine Spirits. This guarantees us more dragons, but we have dragons. We're going to just do that. So next turn, we're going to get some dragons. We need probably 2 Divine Spirits because our opponent has a lot of health. Okay, that'll let us trade. Let's just get our dragons. Let's just have our dragons. Our opponent already knows we're a dragon deck. We have the card. We haven't played any dragons because this isn't a dragon. It's the only minion in our deck that is not a dragon because it draws. If we have a dragon, we get a spell. We need spells. We need 2 more cards for our combo. We need Topsy-Turvy, and we definitely need Topsy-Turvy. We probably also need Divine Spirit. We probably need a second Divine Spirit because we have to buff this a lot to get through 40 health. All right. Hopefully our opponent doesn't get something that really helps them. Let's look for a spell. We'll take that. We'll take another. And then we are guaranteeing now. We could have played this first so that this also got health, but that's okay. That's not the biggest problem in the world. Great. So now our maximum right now, if this lives, this goes to an 8. It's probably going to be a 7, though. We can now do 28 damage with just this. We do have to get through that. We can... Okay, we can play that. Yeah, let's play that. Do we want to kill this? 3, 4, 5, 6. We can kill it. Yeah, I guess we want to kill it. We might as well. Yeah, just have a bunch of cards. So we're going to play this next turn probably because the goal is we have 2 more dragons to play, but we also need to find a Topsy-Turvy. Because right now we have 8 damage, so that's 16, so that's 32. We're doing 32 damage right now. And which is not enough, but is a lot. Especially if our opponent doesn't kill this, because that means we can do 4 there. Okay, Amalgam is not what we need, but it does count as a dragon because it's all types, and it can give us a dragon, so we can play that. So let's look for this. Ooh, Topsy-Turvy. We need Topsy-Turvy. I was tempted by Horn, but Topsy-Turvy is the thing we actually need because this could get us a 1-drop dragon. It didn't. We can play it next turn, though. We can play this next turn. Okay. Do we want to... We won't... And you know what? We're going to save this so we can get through Taunt. We're going to save this because it silences our enemy minions. That's an excellent card to die. So we can play this next turn, and I believe we win. If these don't die... Yes. Yes, we win. Okay, we win. Oops, we win. We'll do that. We'll do that. We have to play this first to activate this. We play this second. We get our extra turn. turns out one extra turn in Hearthstone is really good.
Take your time.
Turns out an extra turn is very good. All right, we're now up for the day. We are now 6 and 5 for the stream. Now, folks may understand why halfway through the stream I decided to jump into a different deck because this one feels like cheating. But we're gonna keep going. Let's see if we can get let's see if we can lose. I've lost with this deck before, just not tonight. But let's see. Let me see. Maybe I can see my yeah. Oops. Yeah. Oops. What happened? There it is.
Anduin versus Malfurion.
Scenarios guide me to victory.
Okay.
To all my fans, this one is for you.
So we want this, and then we want to guarantee we have a dragon, so we will keep... should we keep all of this? Yeah, I think even though we... This might be a mistake, because we don't have any of our combo, but we have a lot of good draw for it and activators, so we're gonna keep it, because also that might make our opponent scared. Darren could get very frightened by how good a deck we might have. That we've kept all our cards. That's a good draw. So we'll start with Circle Scales. Discover. This guarantees the card we want for next turn. Should we coin to reduce the... Yeah, let's coin. Let's just get it going. Let's just start the thing. We still need some good draw for our Topsy-Turvy and... Divine Spirit, because also our opponent is ramping, and our opponent could have so much armor. This could be a deal breaker here, because we might run into our opponent just outpacing us as far as armor goes. So that's kind of also why I want to build the board to get this engine going, but also to hopefully whittle down their health even a little bit in case they start armoring up. Well, that's good. That's a good card to pull. Let's just pull it out. Let's just get what we want here. Great. And let's just do face damage. So next turn, we will play these 3 minions, and we'll only need 1 more to complete. And then turn 4, we can start looking for our the spells we need. We also have this to help draw for cards and to increase damage on the board. But these 3 together will increase this damage, so that'll be good. All right. They got some dragons. They got either 2 random dragons that cost 5 or 2 that cost more than 5. So, oh, we got another dragon. Weird. Weird that we keep getting dragons, everybody, in this deck built for dragons. All right, 50-50 that we buff the card we want to buff, which is this one. We did. Excellent. So all we really need to do is play this to activate our win condition, but we don't have all of the parts yet. We still need 2 cards for our deck, this will hopefully pull one of the 2 cards we need. So we're not done yet. In a perfect scenario, we won't play this because it'll damage our friends on the board. And instead, we want to have either Gift Wrap Whelp or Twilight Whelp or Amalgam of the Deep. All right, they got a taunt minion, and they're doing damage to us. Okay. Amalgam of the Deep is good. That is a good card to have. Let's see. What do we got? Topsy-Turvy is one of the 2 cards we need. So let's play Amalgam first, and let's get us a dragon. That's a draw. We can play that next turn if we want. We have activated our win condition, so we can kill these off just to get through a taunt. Right now, we can only do 7 damage because we do not have Divine Spirit. So we are not out of the woods yet. But we can always, for 5 mana, we can play this card and get an extra turn. So if we build a board, this might work. Our opponent keeps playing taunts, which is not great for us. So let's, we can do 3, we can do damage there. But let's instead, ooh, I kind of want this, but I know we need this. We now can do 14 damage, which is not enough. So we're going to play this here. We're going to take some damage in order to set up a turn. Having a silent Shard of Naru to get rid of this 3/7 would be great. But I don't think that's going to work out for us, unfortunately. Yeah, we got to get through 2 taunts now. Which is not the end of the world. We're taking some damage here, but we still have some health to play around with. Okay, that's going to at least draw some stuff. We should play this just to get some damage off the board. Play this. Discover a spell to do that. Okay. We can now do 28 damage with just this card. So if we can get through this. It's going to be hard to get through this 3/4 though. It's going to be hard to get through this 3/4. I'm not going to lie. So do this. Okay, that helps us get through this 3/4. Okay. We should be able to win next turn unless they play a taunt. And they don't, if they clear then and play a taunt, then we probably can't win unless we somehow top deck Shard of Naru. But we should theoretically be able to win with this amount of damage because we have all the cards we need. Okay, they're going to make some treasures. This is going to take a little while. I'm going to drink a little water while they figure out all their cool treasures because this is a fun Dragon Druid deck and not a annoying Dragon Druid deck, and I appreciate them for playing the fun version. We're playing a fun for us Dragon Priest deck, not necessarily a fun for them Dragon Priest deck. So yeah, you can clear that. Just don't play a taunt. Please don't play a taunt with your 2 mana. That's not a taunt. That's not. Okay. We win. We did it, everybody. We win. All right. So we play this. We do that damage just to get that damage in. We heal ourselves. We take our extra turn. Oh, God. Wow. I mean, we're going to do it because it's funny. We did 64 damage. Oops. We top decked it. I don't know what to tell you. We're 7-5 for the night. That's pretty good. This deck is kind of ridiculous. I'm trying to create the deck. It looks like you have 2 of everything except the legendary and what other card? Naru. I'll bring up the version of the deck here. I have the only single I have is in Shard of the Naru, which is tradable to silence to get through taunts, like a taunt board, and also tradable. That, just to help with card generation. Everything else is 2 ofs. Actually, what I can do is I can do the thing. Copy. That's what I can do. Here's the deck code. Oh, I put in all the information there. There's the deck code. I can just do that. I can just do this. There's the deck code. Yeah. We're 7 and 5, right? Yeah. Let me just write that down there. All right. Let's do. Yeah. Let's play again. Should I play another bad deck? Should I play? Yeah. Let's do it. Yeah. Okay. So this deck sucks. I'm going to tell you right now. Let's end on a really bad deck. What's this deck want to do? It wants to play. Wait, where is it? Where is our 6-drop that we need? Or is it 5-drop? Where is it? What's the one? Where is it? What's the damn deck? Oh, it's a 5 cost. Okay. This deck, I didn't craft this card. This card came in a pack, so I wanted to play a card for it. This is Sky Mother Aviana. Battle Cry. Shuffle 10 random legendaries into your deck. They cost 1. So the idea is you play it, and then you play Gaslight Gatekeeper, or you play Sir Finley to give yourself a new hand from your deck, and you get one of those 10 1-cost legendaries. So I made this a all legendary deck, which is why the band, which is ETC, has Gaslight Gatekeeper, because that's not a legendary. So this is a 30-card legendary deck that takes advantage of the fact that it's a singleton deck, or a Highlander deck, if you want to call it that. So Zeph works for it. 2 different versions of Reno are in this deck. Sunwell, Yogg-Saron. The other Ariana is in this deck. A card that sucks that I never want to play, Hearthstone Brewer, which just replaces your hand with a iconic deck. Like, why would I want to do that? Greybow. Like, we're not even going to play. I'm going to lose with this deck because it's not good. We're not even going to play regular wild. We're going to play casual. Yes, Aristophan, all the hits. We're going to play casual with this deck because it's like, I'm going to lose with it. But we're going to end tonight by playing a truly, truly goofy ass deck. It's so big that it has to squish in here. They're all so tiny here. So, Lore Keeper would be nice because I can play it pretty early, but Lore Keeper is there's too many cards we need because this is a 5 cost. We're going to keep Blood Mage because Blood Mage draws, and we don't have a lot of early cards. But really, okay, these are good. These are good to have. This is going to put some Colossal minions at the bottom of our deck. That's cool because those are also legendaries. This is not what we want. So we're going to keep the coin so we can play this on turn 3. Or we'll play this on turn 3 because it fucks with our opponent to stall. Because our opponent has 40 health and is making things happen before we can. Oh, Yogg. We have this Yogg. I forgot I had... This deck sucks. It's great in a terrible way. Okay. Oh, that's a good 3-drop. That's a good random-ass 3-drop. We'll have to play Colossus here. Or Ambassador. Oh, wow. Okay. Our opponent is also doing some things. And I don't hate him for it. So now we've got some big minions that don't cost as much in our deck. That's fun. We could draw off this, but I'll just leave it. I'll let our opponent kill it. And then we'll probably play this next turn, which will make it so our opponent's next spell or minion, depending what I say. Okay, well, they played that, so... That's not a great card. This is a good card. Next turn, Next turn, we get a card in our hand. We'll do some damage. That's not bad. I don't know what this spell is going to... Or secret. Now I know what the secret is. Okay. That's a fine secret. Our opponent has some big minions, and I don't want them to play big minions. So, because they have minions that got buffed. And I don't want them. Wristfan says, sometimes casual is someone with a basic deck, and sometimes it's some wild stuff. Yeah. Casual is a interesting combination of people just trying stuff and like trying out their decks, and also people who are just like, I just want experience playing. We're going to reduce the cost, and we're going to have a good turn next turn. I didn't even notice what they didn't get to play. Oh, they didn't get to play Hench Clan. Okay, that's good. So we reduced the cost of everything in our hand because it's expensive, so we might as well reduce the cost. We could play this next turn. I don't kind of want to do that. I'd rather play some other things. Ooh, Twig. We could play Twig and get 4 mana back. We could play Twig and then play Sphere and get 4 mana back, or we could just play that. I don't know what I want to do. We'll do this first. Actually, we can play both of these. That's right. I forgot. Because we reduced the cost of this, we can play both. That's cool. And then let's just do this because it's free. And then we'll just clear that off and play that. So we haven't drawn the one card that we want for this deck. Right now, our opponent has maybe noticed that we're a singleton deck that is playing exclusively legendaries. We're playing a fairly expensive deck, although over the course of Hearthstone, there have been plenty of legendaries you can just get. All right, so when this dies, our opponent is going to get a bunch of pirates that cost 1 each. That's fun. Our opponent is at least playing a fun deck. We're playing a fun deck against a fun deck. We are going to play this, which is maybe, I think. No, we don't want Mankirk. Aviana's fun. Do we want... No, we don't want to play that card. Let's play this. Maybe we can silence it. Okay. 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 That wasn't that great. I mean, we could do have 4 damage. Our opponent now has inexpensive pirate cards. We're probably going to wait. We only have 7 mana next turn. So I was going to say, we're going to wait on playing this. No, we have to wait on playing this. Oh, man. Okay. Well, we only have 7 mana. We can't even play our Titan. Can't play Yogg-Saron Unleashed right now. Oh, and they got a secret. Guff. Yeah, let's play Guff. I think we're going to play Guff. We're going to go. We can now go up to 20 mana, which is great for this deck. We don't have the mana to play that. Let's get an empty mana crystal. We're going to have 11 mana next turn. Play that. Let's just do that. Fuck it. And your secret, you get another secret. Your secret was you get another secret. All right, so next turn we can do 14 damage across the board, which is pretty good. And then also have some mana left over, which is pretty good. What's this thing do? Oh, it just gets a bunch of 1-cost minions. Okay. That's fine. Hopefully I can kill that. Oh, yeah, and our opponent's going to do a bunch of stuff again. Well, luckily that doesn't do anything. I think we need to play... Yogg-Saron. Now, this is the... There's a fun choice we can play in here. This is probably the... is that more fun than this? Yogg Saron is, I can do it so all of these attack each other. This combo is 28 damage. Yeah, that's way more fun. This is way more fun. And then we can play this against whatever else. Yeah, we're just going to do so much damage. That's fine, yeah. Yep, you got a dormant copy of something. Okay. And then, yeah, you get a bunch of these. And I think we need to do this to one of those. We got a bunch of cards. We're doing damage to the hero. We changed that to cost 1. Okay, that wasn't great. That wasn't great, but that was fun. And then we also have this as a follow-up. We can always just play Yogg Saron Unleashed as a follow-up. Because theoretically, our opponent is going to want to get rid of Braun. And they did. It's clearing the board up, huh? Okay. I think... Ooh, our opponent is playing a big board. And the solution to a big board is to play Yogg Saron Unleashed. What does this do? Discover... Ooh, that's discover a battle cry menu. That's fun. Reno Jackson. We need Reno Jackson. We definitely need Reno Jackson. Play that. If you have less than... We need to discover a legendary minion. That's, without question, we need to do that. Let's discover a legendary minion. Ooh, have we had any taunts? I don't think... Have we had any taunts? No. We have one of these. Yeah, let's discover that. That's a legendary minion, all right. All right, and now let's get goofy with it. And let's have all these minions fight each other. One survived. And then we got a 5/5. And then it took 3 damage. Oh, yeah, because Yogg Saron does random spells. After you use an ability, it casts 2 random spells, and one of the spells was to attack itself, because it's random. The other was to make a 5/5 with taunt, which is great for us. This is a silly deck, and I appreciate... Ooh, our opponent has some taste. Aw. The 5/5. Oh, you're going to kill Yogg, aren't you? Oh, ooh. I love our opponent. They stole a bunch of copies of Yogg before they killed it. I love our opponent. That's so goofy. I love that. Coon. Yeah, we need Coon. We definitely need Coon. We got to do a bunch of nonsense with Coon. Let's see. This is a good play. Can do. What do you got? Oh, you made our more expensive. That's rude as hell. That's very rude of you. We don't want to replace our hand because our hand is great and nonsense. So instead, you get out of here. We'll play this instead. Great, you draw some cards. See if I care. Let's get rid of this. I don't generally burn rope, but I'm doing some weird shit with this deck. So we're going to play Aviana. We're going to refill our health. And then we're going to play a bunch of fucking minions. It's going to be great. Aw. How dare you? How dare you? I needed that. I needed that gray bow. Unbelievable scenes. You know how this costs 8? It's not going to cost 8 in a second. Oh, hell yeah. We'll play that later. All right, Aviana. Cost 1. This thing cost 1. We'll just hit you. Get rid of that shit. Do 2 damage. This cost 1. This cost 1. We'll keep that in our back pocket. We'll draw cards until our hand is full. Sky Aviana, we found her. We found Sky Aviana, everybody. We're going to play Sky Aviana. We're going to play this card. And we're going to shuffle. And then we're going to end our turn. So now next turn, we can play all of these. So here's the thing. Our cards already cost 1 because of this Aviana. So I don't know which of these cards cost 1 and which of these cards cost 1. We'll find out, though, because our board got mostly cleared. Okay. Only one of these cards actually cost 1. Rude. And that's rude, too. How dare you? Their Yogg was way better than our Yogg. And we're going to have to play Zeph to get rid of this Yogg. Oh, we can play Neptune. We can play Neptulon to get rid of it. Yeah, all right. We can play Neptulon to get rid of it. We can also get an Elemental. Let's play Neptulon. We're getting rid of this. I'm sorry, Yogg. You got to go. We didn't even get to play Zola to give us another thing. That sucks. Well, if we get any Death Rattles that are cool, we can play that. We can play this as well. Let's kill this first. Let's just that's first things first. That's got to go. One of these can go. Zeph we can keep. I want another one of these. So we'll do that. And then let's get another mana crystal. So hopefully we can start drawing these 1-cost legendaries, because we only gotten 1 so far, and it's a 3/4 triggers Death Rattles, which is still good. Oh, rude. Rude, rude, rude. This is rude behavior. Our opponent's being real rude right now. We're going to mill. Opponent's playing a bunch of bullshit. We can play that. We can play this. Play Glug. Sunwell's gone. That's rude, too. We don't have hand space for this yet. We can get hand space for it. I guess we can do that. We play that. Let's see. Play that one so we have a taunt. It's just nice to have a taunt. We still have 10 left over, so let's just do that. We probably could have played that, but we don't really have spells. It's a 4/8, but I like the idea of having a taunt. And then maybe we can play this so that we have even another one for Neptulon. Because we also have this other Neptulon as well. So if our opponent gives us some room, hey, that's rude. That's very rude. Now I have to play this other Neptulon. Also rude. Our opponent is being so fucking rude right now, everybody. Somehow clearing our massive board consistently.
Sink, swim, it's all the same.
And now that's at the bottom of our deck. And we have to play Lorekeeper Pulkit to get it later. Rude, rude, rude. Destroy a minion. If drawn this turn, instead of destroy all minions except this one. Okay. Do we have any Death Rattles we want to play? No. Let's just do that. That's a fun legendary. I don't have that legendary, so that's fun. We'll play this. Let's give ourselves an elemental. That's a great elemental to draw. Let's reorder. Let's give us some 10 drops here. I don't even know what we've got in there, but we'll get it. And then Let's draw a card. Hell yeah. Now we have Coon. That's great. We got Coon back. Because that got sent into our board. Now it's back. Let's just play this. They don't know we have the other Zeph. What is it going to give us? It doesn't know what to give us. Great. We can get Lord Jiraxis. Now that we have 20 mana, we can have Lord Jiraxis. This... They're playing Yogg Saron. Oh, I love you. They've played so many spells. This could go so well for them or so bad for them. I love our opponent. Bay rules. They're playing all of the good cards. Okay. They're having a pretty good Yogg. Oh, that Yogg sucks. Because that also kills our other Zeph died. Our other Zeph died. That sucks. We had a Zeph, and now it's dead. Oh, they're going to mill. They're going to mill so much. And then the rest of their deck is now a different deck. Tess died. Oh. Tess would have replayed all of their spells that are not class spells. And that would have been cool as hell for them. That sucks. That actually, Yogg kind of fucked them over towards the end. We got Reno. We can use Reno to clear this. We don't need to play that. If we're going to do Reno, we should do Reno now. Because I also want to play Lord Jiraxis because its hero power is better. But we'll play that to clear it. We'll do 2 damage just to give us something. And then let's play this. We still have Lord Jiraxis to play, but we might as well play Reno for a bit. Now our opponent can only play 1 minion because of the battle cry, but that's not. Okay. They're going to play that? Is that going to... No, they're going to kill that. It's rude. I want them to play a big minion so I can play this Neptulon and just kind of really fuck with them. What do you got? What are you going to do to me? Our opponent is surviving in a way that I really appreciate. All right, so let's see this. Okay, we don't know what that... We still don't know what that secret is. We'll play this again because it's just great. Yeah, let's get a free 6/6 that's going to draw from our deck. And then we can just play... What's this? You have any spent mana at the end of your turn, gain +1. Okay, yeah, we'll have unspent mana, sure. The problem is, we'll play this, because that way we can... The problem is, it's not much of a problem. But the problem is that Reno's hero power is so good, I kind of don't want to put Jiraxis in there, but I do kind of want the weapon. Ooh, okay. That's good. That's some good shit. That's big. That's a big Colossus. Hell yeah. Now here's our Colossus, which unfortunately does not give us a... It does give us a taunt, but unfortunately does not give us a any pirates that cost 1, which is a shame. Because it did get pulled out of our deck. It was a beast. We don't have elementals, I guess. Oh, we do have this thing. That'll do some damage. We can use that. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do this. Whoop. 3/3 copy. That sucks. I mean, it doesn't suck too much. It does mean I have more annoying things to clear. Well, we'll kill that. We'll kill that. We're just gonna win. I almost played Lord Jiraxis, but that's not fair. That's rude to just, like, string them along. We should just finish things up. That was an excellent last game. We are 8-5 for the night. That felt good. That felt like victory. That winning with that deck, even in casual mode, really makes me happy because that deck is terrible but very fun. And that is going to do it for this evening, for this evening's stream. I want to thank everybody for joining me. We are going to raid. We got raided, so we do need to keep the party going. I got a cool card. So I got a deck. Hell yeah. I got some rewards for my hard work. But yeah, we're going to go raid. We're going to go find somebody doing cool shit out there that we want to go spend some time with. And hopefully, like Abby, when I raid, it's somebody that I know. I don't know who else Abby raids, but she does know me. We are aware of one another. It's been a while since we spent any time together, but we do know each other. So, much like Abby, I raid people that I know. Let's see who's doing things and things. Let's see. How long have they been streaming? I always like to see how long people have been going before I jump in. Because sometimes they're at the end of their rope. I do not believe that they are at the end of the rope there. But it looks like they are affiliate anniversary for Xandra. We're going to raid my good friend Xandra. Xandra made all of my emotes. She is just the goddamn best. So we'll go on a raid. We'll go hang out with Xandra. As I set up this raid, I want to thank you very much for joining me tonight. I hope you have a great rest of your evening. Thank you. Oops, what happened there? Oh, I did raise instead of raid? That doesn't make any sense. We're going to raid Xandra. We're not going to raise Xandra. But we're going to hang out with Xandra. I want to thank everybody for joining me. I hope you have a great rest of your evening. Thank you for hanging out with me tonight. Thursday, I'll be back working on the Gundam Maxter, the Neo America Gundam from G Gundam. It's a lot. But we're working on that on Thursday. It'll be a good time. Thank you all so much for being here. I hope you have a great rest of your evening. Thanks for spending some time with me. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye, 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 goodbye. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye.